The team that I personally think won the 2020-23 NBA draft was the Boston Celtics. And I personally think that they won this draft because they got the steal of the draft at pick number 38 in Jordan Walsh. So let's break down Jordan Walsh's college stats, how he did in the summer league, and how I personally think he's going to work for this Celtics rotation coming into the next season. So starting off, we're going to be talking about Jordan Walsh being the steal of the NBA draft. Like I mentioned, he got drafted 38th overall in the second round of the NBA draft this year, and the Boston Celtics had him at number 25 on their big board, which means that they viewed him as a potential first-round pick, had that first-round pick from Memphis from doing the Marcus Smart deal, decided to move back and get more second-round picks in return, and still get their number one guy that they would have taken at 25 at 38, which is amazing if you're a Celtics fan, as this proves to us that we can move back and still get the guys we want, and we can still develop these guys on cheaper contracts and then be able to extend and keep our other players that we already have on bigger contracts so that we can, coast and continue to be one of these playoff teams. Personally, I'm really happy that we got Jordan Walsh, as I think he has some attributes and key tendencies that we lost this season in some of our players, and I think he's really going to be one of the glue guys for this bench roster, and I think he's going to help out our bench depth a lot in guys that we lost, guys like Marcus Smart and Grant Williams. I think he's going to be a great replacement for some of those guys. So let's look at Jordan Walsh's collegiate stats. This is from Basketball Reference College Ball, and this is looking at Jordan Walsh. So he played 36 games, which was the most for any player on Arkansas as a freshman, which is awesome. He played in every single game, which shows to us that he's not going to be as hurt and he's going to have some durability, no concerns, which is great for the Boston Celtics. He averaged 7.1 points and 3.9 total rebounds with 0.9 assists, while shooting 43% from the field, around 28% from three, and around 71% from the free throw. So honestly, not the greatest shooting splits per se, but I would say that he contributed to a lot of things for this Arkansas team. Now, if you don't know, Arkansas was one of the better collegiate basketball teams this season, as they had the number 8 pick in Anthony Black. They had another guard who got drafted in the second round, Nick Smith Jr., who was really good and just had some injury history. That's why he didn't get drafted as high as he should have. And they also had Ricky Council IV, who was picked up from the 76ers after the draft. So this Arkansas team had some NBA-level players, and Jordan Walsh was definitely one of them, and I think he could be the best for the value that the Celtics actually got him. Now, Jordan Walsh started off this season as a small ball 3-4, but then transitioned more into a bench role for Arkansas and kind of played that six-man type of role. And that's why you see in his stats, he's only averaging 7 points, 3.9 rebounds. He never was really doing one specific thing. He wasn't Arkansas's scorer. He wasn't Arkansas's rebounder. He wasn't their, main guy. He was kind of everything and did everything to help out this team. He would grab rebounds. He would hit the three. He would pick and roll. And I think that's great for the Celtics team, as we need guys that have all the intangibles and can do everything more than a select scorer or select rebounder, as we already have that with Tatum and Brown being our main scorers, Derek White being the third. Now we obviously have Kristaps Porzingis coming in to help with the rebounding and the stretchability, with Al Horford getting a little bit older. We obviously have Rob Williams developing his jump shot and trying to get better at shooting. So this Celtics team is trying to embrace their roles and try to better themselves. And I think Jordan Walsh having a little bit of everything will help out for this Celtics team and will help him find his role more comfortably for this Celtics bench. Now looking at Jordan Walsh's summer league, we're going to be talking about how well he did. And even though the Celtics did not do the greatest in the summer league, they finished with a 2-3 record. Jordan Walsh was one of the best players on this Celtics summer league team. In his last game versus the Magic, he shot an efficient 50% from the field, 4 from 8, and 2 for 3 from 3. He also resulted in 12 points in only 15 minutes, which is pretty solid, and he had 2 rebounds and 2 assists. So this looks like he played solid and played a good game in his last game, even though he didn't get that many minutes. In his first game, I remember he had the first 6 to 9 points, which was amazing, and he looked really well in the summer league team, playing as the main option. Now, obviously, like I said, in Arkansas, he wasn't the main guy, but on the summer league team, he was the main focal point of this offense, and it clearly showed to us Celtics fans that he's going to be a great developmental player, as he averaged 16 points in the summer league with 4.2 rebounds, 1.6 assists off of 42% shooting, 41% shooting from three, and 79% shooting from the free throw. So honestly, he got better shooting from three percentage, jumping almost 15%, which is crazy, and shows that maybe in Arkansas he wasn't the greatest 3-point shooter. Maybe once he got drafted, he started practicing his 3-point shot and that he just felt comfortable taking it more. Or maybe he just had some bad shooting nights in Arkansas. But personally, I think that this shows to Celtics fans that he's willing to work on his parts of the game that weren't his greatest. Obviously, his 3-point shooting was probably the weakest point. He looked to improve on that, shooting 15% up in the summer league, which is great. And once he translates to the actual NBA, he's going to have guys like Kristaps Porzingis, Sam Hauser, Al Horford, kind of in his corner as the bench threes and bench fours, O'Shea Brissett as well, that are going to try to help him progress with his game. And I think Al Horford is going to be a great role model for Jordan Walsh, as I think he shares similar qualities of game style where they run pick and rolls and they stretch out to the three. They're able to hit that three. They also can, shoot from the mid range. They can also rebound. So I think that they're going to see some similarities, and I think that Jordan Walsh is going to learn a lot from Al Horford with the bench unit this offseason, as I predict to see Kristaps Porzingis and Robert Williams starting. But honestly, I'm really excited for Jordan Walsh to come into the system and show the Celtics what he can display. We also have another tweet from Mike Scotto that happened in July, which proved to the Celtics fans and the Celtics media that Jordan Walsh did actually show out and prove to us that he was worth it, as the number 38 overall pick reached a 4-year, $7.6 million deal with the Celtics, which was reported by Hoops Hype. And this is honestly great for Jordan Walsh, as we've already locked him down, and 4 years at $7.8 million isn't a lot of money. And if he can prove to the NBA that he's one of the most undervalued contracts in the NBA, the Celtics will get lucky to have one of the better role players in the league with an undervalued contract. It could help them extend their other guys and keep their main rotation guys on their roster by having a cheap contract with a young player. Also, if Jordan Walsh were to develop and become, a little bit better, he might be looking for a bigger contract extension. And in the future, the Celtics might be able to offer him that money and be able to keep him long term. Now looking at who Jordan Walsh sees himself playing like, he did compare himself in this article from Heavy. He said that he admitted that he models his game after another second-round pick who had become a success story in the NBA, and that is Herbert Jones. Now, Herbert Jones just netted a 4-year, $50 million extension with the New Orleans Pelicans, and he is a very similar type player to Jordan Walsh, as Herbert Jones, stretches the floor, can play some defense. He's a very good defender, and he's going to play the 3-4 role, which I think Jordan Walsh will contribute for the Celtics. Now, I kind of see him being similar to that, but I also see him being similar to Grant Williams as well. Now, I know Grant Williams got that 4-year, $52 million extension, I believe, so a little bit less than Herbert Jones, but around the same money. And that's something that Jordan Walsh, seeing all these second-round picks actually performing and looking well at his position, this could be something that he's striving for and working towards, as he might want to get towards that $54 million contract range someday, and he might be able to physically do that if he can develop and, prove it to the Celtics team that he's one of these guys. And I think he can. I think that with the loss of Grant Williams, he's going to get some development. Obviously, O'Shea Brissett signed a 2-way contract. He's more a defensive guy, but we will have to wait and see. I think they'd rather give Jordan Walsh a little bit more time than him. Obviously, we have Sam Hauser at the backup 3. He's pretty solid as well, but his minutes might diminish if O'Shea Brissett and Jordan Walsh actually try to turn up. But I'm really excited for this Jordan Walsh pick. I think he's going to be a great pick for the Celtics, and I realistically think that he's going to be on this rotation for a role player. Early on in the season, he's going to get some minutes, probably 5-10 minutes, see how he does. And then we'll see how he contributes to the middle of the season. If he's getting 10 to 15 minutes, around game 20, game 25, I could see him being a crucial part of this playoff roster going into it. And that could be good for him to learn and to get all these intangibles under control, as he might be able to develop a little bit of a better jump shot. He might be better shooting from 3. He could also, maybe crash the boards more, play more of a defensive role and help out the Celtics. I think it's whoever he's going to be paired with, he's going to play a different type of role, but I really like to see that he likes all this stuff and that he's going to be able to do everything necessary for the Celtics to win. Also, I saw in an interview with Jordan Walsh that he mentioned how the Celtics fans love hustling for the ball and diving for loose balls and leaving it out all on the floor. And that's what he said he wanted to do for the Boston Celtics. And that personally makes me really happy, as the guy that did that for the Boston Celtics many, many years and kind of instilled that legacy in us was Marcus Smart. And Marcus Smart just left. Jaylen Brown has kind of picked up the slack. He learned from Marcus Smart. He's been doing it in recent years. But Jordan Walsh being that other guy to kind of dive for loose balls and push for it, I think will help Jaylen Brown and all the other guys want to reach that capacity as well of Marcus Smart with the intensity. And I think for the Celtics, this is great for their future, as we're not gonna lose these cultural impacts on our team. We're still going to have them, just with different players. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Did you guys like that Jordan Walsh draft selection by the Boston Celtics? Did you think that he is the steal of the draft? I personally think he is, and I'm very excited to see how he can fit in for this Celtics roster. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like and check out Celtics Digest for all your Celtics content, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm Bruce Velez. See you guys later.